peace of mind. The highs, the lows, the lessons we've met. There is life after death.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Life After Death podcast. Now, this is a funny story today. I'm so excited to introduce our guest, and I'll tell you, this did not happen by accident. Kelly and I were entering onto a plane at the same time, traveling home, and I was with some of my girlfriends, and I hate when people do not assign seats and they just leave them open and they tell people, you can sit anywhere. So my girlfriend and I were sitting in a row, and there was one seat in between us, but we were so adamant we did not want anyone to sit in that seat, so we had more room. So we would tell anyone passing by, listen, someone's sitting there, she's in the bathroom, she'll be back. And Kelly came by, and when she walked by, our girlfriend across the aisle, she had reached over, she asked us, can I sit there? And we're like, nope, our friend's in the bathroom, that seat's taken. And she ended up going across the way with our other girlfriend who was sitting over there and sat down. Well, come to find out, throughout the entire flight, we're like looking over, talking, so bummed we didn't let her sit by us because she had such a great story and we thought she was the coolest girl ever. And so here we are. That's probably been what, 10, 15 years? I mean, it feels like a lifetime ago. And I followed Kelly's journey, and she has done so many things as an entrepreneur. Not only has she been successful in the skincare industry for 22 years, she's owned her own spa, Renewed Spa, Skin and Body Spa. She's passionate about helping women put their best face forward, inside and out. And so even beyond that, I've seen her do so many different side hustles along the way. And I always watch and I'm like, gosh, she's such a go-getter. So I'm super excited to have Kelly Waldeck on the show today. Thank you so much, Kelly, for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure and an honor for sure.
Yeah, I love how our paths cross. I don't think anything's by coincidence. And, when we saw you then, I believe that was back in your Beachbody day, to where not only were you doing your spa, but you were pretty high up there. I think you were returning from a trip from Beachbody.
Yep, I was returning from a trip that I had earned through that company, and it just paired so well with Renewed Skin and Body Spa is the spa that I have. And I'm super passionate about helping women create more equity in their soul house, passion, grit, confidence, self-love, self-care, so that they can go out and create real generational health and wealth. And a part of health is internal, our health and our vitality. And so I've just loved partnering with multiple brands that encompass that whole thing, because not only can I help people within my spa with their skin, and I'm actually a retired massage therapist too, so I have that background as well, but actually outside of my studio, to where I can help people all over the place, really improve their health and their wealth.
Well, it's all tied together, right? I always say, like, what you see on the outside is a reflection of what's going on the inside. And so I think because you're dealing with people's skin, there's an automatic tie that when you see things, oh, well, it's a gut issue. And I know a lot of the work that you're doing now in your side hustles, you are addressing the inside. So I know you also love working out too. You've always worked out. It goes hand in hand. And I actually heard today somebody was saying, what's one of the most important things you can do that affects every single area of your life, whether it's professionally, personally, spiritually, financially? And they said, work out. It literally trickles down and affects every single area.
Yeah, I mean, discipline and confidence. And when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you do good, right? In all areas. And I truly believe that our body is a temple. God gave us this body, and we have the honor to treat our bodies and honor our bodies and give it rest. And, muscle is the fountain of youth, right? Like, we don't want to be frail and old and skinny. We want to be like strong and fit. And like I told you earlier, like I want to be able to tackle the lions of life,
That's
right?
right.
Have the ability to have the strength and stamina to. I heard a podcast the other day. I follow this lady, Dr. Tina. She's amazing. And she's like, my goal is to be able to deadlift the weight of my husband. She's like, if I can deadlift the weight of my husband, she goes, that means that I can withstand if something happens to him, like, and if I can deadlift that weight, like we're good. So
Wow.
that's my PR. And I was like, you go.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's true though. I mean, I feel like if you can thrive and it's more about the discipline and the consistency of showing up to work out and exercise every day, that does
Yep.
trickle down. It trickles down to your professional life. It trickles down to your relationships because the more confident you are with yourself, the more confident you show up in those relationships with others. So there definitely is something with the exercise that affects every area. And I know it's been a big part of your life, starting with Beachbody, but you've also gotten into other things that you're doing, and especially the one that you're doing right now, which I'm excited for you to share and how you were introduced to this company.
Yeah, so like I said, I've always been into health and wellness. Renewed Skin and Body Spot came about because I'm truly passionate about listening to women, primarily is who I work with, but giving them a space that they can feel heard, that they can feel loved, that they can find simple things that are going to create more abundance of health and wellness in their life. And I have always partnered with companies that stand behind holistic approach, even to the skincare that I use in my treatment room. Like, I am all about show me the science, show me the efficacy, and I want to know that it's clean and it's safe and it's non-toxic, because there's so many things out there that are so toxic, and they're endocrine disruptors, and they're just causing more damage than good. And so I stand behind clean and effective and science driven products and lines. And so I came across a company called Make Wellness, and we are bringing bioactive precision peptide technology to the world. It's the first of its kind. And peptides are found in nature, they're found in food, they're found in plants. But the biggest craze right now is synthetic peptides. A lot of people are on shots to help with weight loss and to help with neuroplasticity. And there is a lot of benefits to them if used properly. But the majority of doctors and physicians are really not spending the time with their patients to really know that they're getting in their workouts and their strength training, and they're getting in their nutrition, they're prioritizing protein. And so, in my opinion, I feel like there's a lot of side effects. There's scientific side effects of these things. And so when I saw that there was a company that was bringing nature derived peptides that were ingestible, not injectable, that were clean, that were safe, that were backed by 10 years of clinical studies and over $100 million invested in this AI technology that is like breakthrough in this technology, I knew that it was something that I wanted to stand behind. And so I'm 44, I'll be 45 in November. And, I turned 40 and I felt like all hell kind of broke loose within and like you said, I've always been into health and wellness. I've always been into, good nutrition and moving my body, but like things were not really progressing like they once were, and I was having stress induced alopecia hair loss. I had this weird skin disease pop up. I had a growth on my thyroid, which thank God is not getting any bigger. They haven't had to biopsy it, but I really wanted to figure out like where I was at, and so started working with a functional nurse practitioner, and I got my hormones checked, all this stuff. And so 6 months into this functional journey of working with this functional nurse, I started introduce these bioactive peptide technology. And so I'm eager. I just got my blood work done, and I'm eager to sit with her next week to really kind of dive in and see how this is improving my cortisol and my stress and, all the things. But the science behind it is you're preserving muscle and you're balancing your hormones, you're reducing cortisol, all in a safe and natural, proven way. And I'm just blown away by not only how I feel, but thousands of people that we have helped over the last 6 months. Just to give you a little numbers, our company has done over $32 million in sales in
Wow.
We've had over 300,000 orders go out, over 65,000 monthly subscriptions where people are loving their products, and we've increased by 25% the retail in subscription. So people are adding more to their. And what's really cool is in November, we are actually launching a sleep peptide. So, I mean, so many people, especially perimenopause and menopausal women,
Totally.
We do not get sleep, and it affects.
Deal.
It's a big deal with recovery and brain fog and just being able to function. And so that's really exciting to be able to bring this, to the holistic world. And we've had functional nurse practitioners, chiropractors, gym owners, med spas, like praying for something to be able to bring to their influence and to bring to their practice, to be able to have their clients and really just have more vitality and live a longer life. Like that's what
Yeah.
we want.
Yeah, and I know just watching your results with using the products that you are selling now that you've seen a big difference. And I think as women get older, I know myself, it's like your body changes, your needs change, and having that extra help, because I think for most women, it's like they can do everything the same, but the scale doesn't budge and their
Yeah.
body is just getting different. And so
Yeah.
injecting some of the products like you're sharing, I know a lot of women are resorting to those and loving the results.
Yeah. And this is just a safer, like non injectable way to bring peptides into the body because peptides are like short chain amino acids and they're direct cell killing. It's the only thing that can directly impact DNA and speak directly to the cell, which is really life changing. So it's not like a supplement. Supplements, I think, are great, but they're like gas for your car, right? We need gas. Bioactive precision peptide technology is like fuel injection, right? It's very targeted, very precise. It's like a text message to your cells. This is what you're going to do right now. So it's instantly doing a precise work in the body, which is just phenomenal.
And there are tests out there because I actually just did a test with Viomi, which is a company, and they send you a kit to where you can actually test multiple different areas of your body. If you haven't heard of this, Kelly, you should definitely try it. And I did it last year. And the most powerful test they do is they will send you what your cellular age is based on all the blood work that they did for you, which I was pretty happy mine was 39 when I was 49. So that's like a big deal.
That is a
So to be able to know that you're doing things to the cellular level, which is huge, and to see that in your results in the test, it's like, wow, that's amazing the impact that supplements and things like this that you're offering can have on your overall health and well-being. Because even though I am 50, to know that my body is functioning like 39 is a great thing.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our Fit product, I believe that everybody over the age of 30 needs to be on. Fit preserves lean muscle and it actually increases your NAD. So it has
Yeah.
a precursor and it increases your ATP, which is cellular energy.
Yeah.
And we are depleted of that, which is what you're talking about, your cellular energy, your cellular health, right? And so that's I think everybody over the age of 30 needs to be on Fit because we have to protect our lean muscle mass. I mean, the majority of people our age in our 40s and 50s, we are 97% of people are metabolically challenged. Our metabolic health is tanked. We're running on caffeine, our adrenals are stressed, we're high, functioning, we're, high achievers, we're very productive, like we were
Mhm.
talking about earlier. And so our metabolic health is in crisis, right? And so we have to give it what it needs.
Absolutely. And I think we miss the boat sometimes, especially women are so scared to put on muscle. And, I'm a licensed personal trainer, and I always say, listen, you've got this window of opportunity between like 20, 35, pack on as much muscle as you can. Because one, I believe it fights disease, the more muscle that you have. Number two, it does speed up your metabolism. And so there's so many proven studies that will tell you the more muscle you have going into your 40s, the better you will
Hmm.
feel, the better you will look, the faster your metabolism will go. And so I'm a firm believer, and most women shy away from weights to that extent. But man, if you can do that in your 20s and 30s and then use all of the products that you're saying to preserve that, you'll set yourself up to win later in life, I believe.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, we all want to live longer, right? And be able to be around with our grandkids and be vibrant and have the energy and the stamina to live the life that we are purposed to live,
Yeah. And one of the things I love that why you do this too, and that is, as a single female, you not only own your own business with the spa and you do well there, but you also generate revenue by helping others get to this place of feeling like $1 million around their health. You've always done this since I've watched you.
Yeah.
And so I want you to share a little bit because life after debt, we really try to zone in on individuals who have either been in debt at one point in their life and tried to navigate those seasons because we've all been there. But I think some people can get stuck and they feel like, well, I'm doing the best I can. I'm going to my job. Then there's people like you, Kelly, that I've seen that are like, okay, this is great, but I'm ready to go to a whole nother level. So I'm going to jump on board with this. I'm going to get behind this and I'm going to run it like it's my own business, which you've always done and succeeded. And so maybe if you could share a little bit about why you ever ventured into a side hustle like you're in right now and what that's allowed for you to do over the years.
I mean, basically, it's freedom, right? Like, time is money, right? And most people were designed to like show up at a job 9 to 5, get paid for what we do. And a lot of people love their 9 to 5s. Some people don't, right? Some people feel like they can't get ahead and they're just living paycheck to paycheck and they work all year long just to get a dollar raise, right? And build somebody else's dream, right? And so I'm like, if I could take that time, that little bit of free time, and be able to make additional income, because I'm kind of capped out with like what I can make in the spa, right? Like if my hands are not on people, like I'm not
You are
making
the business. Yeah.
business, right? And 22 years, I can honestly say my body has kind of taken a little bit of a toll. I
Yeah.
mean, like I've had 2 shots in my elbow because of tendonitis, and I love what I do, but like physically, like I can't do it long term like I want to, right? So I have to find a way to supplement income and be able to make money from my phone.
That's
Like
right.
we are in the time that if you're not doing that, you're gonna drown.
You're missing the boat too. And it's that whole thing of making money while you sleep. Like that's how people get wealthy, right? That's what you're speaking to.
Yes. And now I've partnered with people in that are my friends, that are my business partners. And not only do we want to teach people how to make money, but we also want to teach them how to manage the money. Like if you're already making money at your 9 to 5, right? And you partner into something where you can make money from your phone, residual, right? Like residual income. Now we want to teach people how to take that residual income and invest it and make that your lifeline.
Yeah.
Make that,
Working for you. Right.
yes,
Right.
yes,
Even
yes.
putting it in a high yield savings account and literally having a side hustle just so you can set up a high yield savings account makes it all worthwhile. It's just that's how you grow wealth.
And as a business owner, I'm single, I own a home. Like it just got to the point where I felt like I was drowning because everything has gone up. The minute that I feel like I'm getting ahead, something else happens, right? I don't have anybody else contributing to my home, myself. And I had to find a way to, because I love to travel. I love to invest in health and invest in my wealth. And it's like, if I can not only, invest in this company so that I can get the products that I love and are making a difference, but like if I can show other people how they can get their hands on it, fall in love with it, and then just share things that they're passionate about to make additional income and to really set themselves up for financial freedom. This is legacy. It's like we have to start thinking long term, right? Many people in today's world, we're so stressed and we're just living day to day and we're just constantly in that cycle, right? And that's insanity, right? And so if we
Insanity.
want something that we've never had, we have to be willing to do things that we've never done and to get uncomfortable and to get uncomfortable for a long period of time,
That's right. Well, you can be part of the problem or part of the solution. You can sit there and talk about your problem and talk about how broke you are and talk about how you don't have enough money, or you can be a Kelly and you can go out there and get a side hustle and sky's the limit and see the opportunity for what it is and hit a home run. And so there's something to be said about that mindset, though. I don't think it just comes naturally to a lot of people. By talking about it too, I think people are hesitant. They think everything is a scheme or, well, I don't know. Have they been around a while or do people really make money in it? So I want you to like share from your experience because you've tested out a lot of different companies that are out there. And what are some of the things people should look for, or why are you so passionate about the company now that you've partnered with, that you love their products and you're seeing the results and you're seeing the success within the organization? How would you explain that to somebody who may be listening that's like, man, I wonder if I should reach out to Kelly and see if I can get on board with this whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, these kinds of things have been around for a long period of time. I mean, in the old school days, it's called network marketing, right? However, with the evolution of social influence, right? Like a free platform where people can share their passions, be authentic. These are literally just vehicles that God gives you for you to stand in your authenticity and in your passion and your purpose, and I think a lot of times people have become a billboard for companies, and the reality is they can shut down at any second,
That's
right?
right.
And so the company that I'm with now is our structure is structured for the modern day affiliate, right? The modern day person who just wants to make, an average of $500 a month. And most companies, you have to have a buy-in, there's fees, there's all these things that you have to do in order to be commission qualified by sharing a link, right? So here it's completely free. We're not going to charge you for, wanting to share the products. And so it's just so simple to get products that you love. And because it's not set up as like the old school way of like doing things, it truly does give the modern day person who just wants to share, an affiliate link. It's the true new affiliate model
Yeah.
where you don't have to build a team in order to share products that you love. Now if you have big goals and you want to find people that are like you can, but it truly is about customer acquisition, right? If you don't have customer acquisition, then you really don't have a business.
That's right.
And so, because it is the platform of the future, like we are ahead of everything that like people are going to be flocking to our business model because it is set up for the new modern day affiliate, right?
Yeah. And I love that you don't have to outlay a bunch of money because if people are already hurting and they're looking for a side hustle to bring in money, the last thing they want to do is put money into it that they don't have with the hope that they'll make more.
Right. I mean, obviously you want to buy the products and be a product,
Totally.
but yeah, I mean, it's just such a simple way to, and it's paid on the dollar. So there's no weird like CVs and PVs,
Formula.
these things like you sell $100, you make a percentage. Like it's so easy to explain to the modern day person who has no idea about owning a business or anything like that, to
Right.
be like, okay, if this is the goal that you have, then this is the amount of sales, this is what it looks like, this, you know what I mean? Like it's just so easy to explain to somebody, if they want to make this, then this is what you do. Like, and most people can understand that, but when you can't even explain a comp plan, it's like,
Yeah, that's when they start questioning the validity of the company. So I think that's a really good thing in your situation is that you are
and
able
I
to understand what it is. It's simple. It's not complicated. So
and you have to look at the corporate staff, like the corporate people. Are these people that have, I mean, when you look at who is a part of our like corporate team, these are people that have been in the industry of formulation, of sales, and they've built billions of dollars in revenue in companies, and they know what they're doing. They know what works, they know what doesn't work. They are about the people. And one of the things that I really love about our CEO is he was one of those people that had their their business wiped out from underneath them in an email. So he's been on both sides. Like he's been on the corporate, he's been in the field, and we are building something that is protecting families. And we are a leadership revolution. So his heart, he's been married for 20 something years. He is authentic. He is a man of faith, and we are changing the leadership in this country because it is in shambles. And so the idea and the mission behind this platform, it's not just about the products, but it's a value and principle based leadership revolution with a side of peptides, right? Like
That's cool.
that's truly our heart. So we are building up the family, right? First, it starts with the husband and the wife and
That's
the
right.
leader of the home.
Right.
And then we're able to go out and impact our communities, impact our churches, like impact the world through this integrity and leadership revolution the leadership that we have here is second to none. I mean, it truly is.
It makes a difference for sure. I mean, whoever is running it at the top, it makes a huge difference. And you can start to see it in the culture. You know, you said something too about there's a lot of companies when you start to promote their products and then they go out of business and then what do you have, right? And in this day and age with social media, I think that's why it's so important. And I know you touched on it briefly, but I love it, which is you have to create your own authentic brand so that whatever widget you insert, whether it's skincare that you recommend from your spa or the peptides from the company that your side hustle, it's something you're recommending and people are purchasing it because they value your input. They're buying into you, right? Not the company. And so I think so many people miss the boat in things that they do or side hustles in that they get so all in that they lose who they are in their social media presence. And if you stay authentically yourself, even in your social media presence, you insert the widget. You could put anything that you love, right?
It's the building the like, know, and trust factor
That's right. That's
through
right.
sharing story,
Yeah.
right? Like you got to share where you once were. I always try to, share that part. I want to share the good, share the bad, share the ups and downs, through this journey,
Yeah.
that I've on. And so, I mean, I've even had my social medias completely shut down and wiped out, and I had to start over a couple years ago. That
Wow.
was a big blow. All the years that I've worked, all the relationships that I built, everything, was just gone. And I
Wow.
was God, am I even meant to do this anymore? Like, yeah, you are, because you're going to do it regardless. It's just who you are,
That's
It's just,
right.
and so I put my big girl panties on and just rebuilt. And I mean, and here we are, and so, but the enemy's going to try to do everything that he can do if you know that you're standing in the purpose and the gifts and the unique talents. And we all have that. We all have something that makes us us.
Mhm.
And we have passions and we have knowledge and we have experience. And you can use a free platform to share that. And like you said, you just insert the things that are helping you become your best,
That's right.
right?
Right. It's no different. Like, for me, it's debt. I love helping people with credit card debt. I have my own story and success story with it. And so, has it always been coming up roses? Absolutely not. But I think that's what makes you relatable. And so, even with the product that you're pushing now, you're showing your own personal journey and success with using the product, which is what people want to see, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, kudos to you. I know
Hey,
you're going to be a huge success. And I want to make sure that people can reach out to you, Kelly, if they do want to be a part of this in some way, somehow. What is the best way they can contact you?
yeah, so I have an Instagram, Kelly underscore the skin expert. And then I also have a Facebook, Kelly Waldeck. But yeah, I mean, I have a website, kellywaldeckrenewed.com. So that's, encompasses everything that I do.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, social media and a website, and you can find me there.
that's all you need. Well, congratulations to you on many years of success. I know that our paths, it didn't happen by accident. And I've really enjoyed watching you thrive and will continue to support you from afar.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, I mean, God, I believe in God ordained, circumstances. And to meet you and your friends that day, it was such a joy. And we
Yeah.
just continue to support each other and throughout the years. And I absolutely love what you do and what you're doing. And yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just excited. I feel like I'm just getting started.
that's a good place to be. All right. Thanks so much. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.